Alright, so we are live. Hello and welcome to the Level Up session with Andre Lourenço. Hey man.
Hello. Hello everyone. Thank you for the invitation. It's great. I'm getting married in 2 hours.
Yeah, this man is just crazy.
People are arriving for THU and I'm getting married in 2 hours and everybody's complaining that I have a session now to explain it.
So we are live. Hello and welcome to the Level Up session. We will be. It's like a pleasure for us that you can do it. And oh, it's Scott right behind you.
Hi, I'm Scott.
Hey man, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, great. Good. Yeah, it's like a THU team.
Team THU.
Yeah.
We are so jealous of like you being able to all be there and experience the whole thing. Like we wasn't able really to go there in the previous years, and I was really curious what's going to happen this year. And your lineup, Andre, that's just
very impressive.
Yeah. Very impressive, crazy.
You are like a machine, man. You are a master machine. You just take your marriage today and just doing THU in the background and everything, and even the session with Level Up. It's awesome.
I find it hard enough to just get married, let alone to run a major festival and get married on the same day, right?
That is spot on.
Yeah,
all right.
It's the only way to do it. Scott is my best man, so it's all my friends are foreigners, and it's possible to have everyone in the same place. So THU was the perfect place to join everyone, all my friends. So
yeah, and it was like a just amazing idea. So maybe you could tell us a little bit about the past of it, the beginning of how did you come up with, and how it all started, because you said that it's a lot of struggling during the process and all the preparation and taking care of everything, all the guests and stuff. So maybe you can just enlighten us with your experience with that.
I think Trojan Horse started 3 years ago because I wanted. It wasn't possible to go to event and have a networking. So all the events, or most of the events, are too corporate or too strange so you can have results in terms of network and friendship. So when I came up with the idea in the location, that this location, you guys, you need to be here. The location, it's perfect. Once you arrive in Troya, it's like different from the FCC. You are in a city and people spread up, and it's different. So when I came up with the idea was to create something for the artists, where really the artists are the most important part. So the first rule was, let's make an event without VIPs. So there is no VIPs. But the first year was super hard. Actually, all the years. I think this year was the hardest, to be honest. The third year.
I can imagine.
It's a lot of the new egos are coming. The people, it's harder to manage the new speakers because they are alpha guys. The lineup is incredible, but these people are too busy and super alpha. So it's my main concern is to manage the egos, not only the speakers but the attendees. The first year, the average age was 21 years old. The second year, the average age was 25, and this year is 29.
Okay.
So it's
among speakers or among the attendees?
We have 500 attendees, but in the 700 people, 800 people are coming to Troya this year. 800.
Wow, that's a
Sounds
huge.
awesome.
Yeah. Biggest event like that.
In the last 48 hours, we received more than 80 emails, people that want tickets. So we have now 300 people in the waiting list for tickets.
Wow. That's great success.
It's crazy, but when like Darek was asking me, doing THU is super hard because not only you don't have a community, like we are talking before, the artist community is weak. All the artists are always, we have always our issues, and we have always our problems. So at the end, we are always complaining to each other, and we don't have a community. So if you have success, people complain. If you don't have success, people complain too. So it's super hard. So what we try, me and Scott, to do with THU is create a community. It's the first thing that even this year we will open that ceremony, and we work hard for the opening ceremony to create this community. So the next 5 days, people will be different. The mindset needs to change. Everyone here needs to kill the egos and be different people here in Troja. Well, this was the beginning. So Scott was a huge success of the last 2 years. Obviously, it's super hard to manage some of the speakers. They don't have time. Our main problem is to make sure that they will stay in Troja 6 days. It's super hard to get agenda to stay six days in the place. But it's important for the attendees. The worst part in events, if you are going to an event, is to see someone. And normal events, the speaker talk, like FMX, 1 hour, and he left. So you don't have the chance to talk with the speaker, you don't have the chance to make a relationship and to really know the secrets. And that is our art part, is to convince the speakers that it's important to be in Troja and available 12 hours a day for the attendees.
In fact, what we do is, what Andre's been able to do is exactly the opposite of every other festival. So like, I went to FMX, a couple of times. This last year I went, and FMX is a great festival and a great conference. But what they actually do is they actively try to keep the world-class artists from the rest of the conference. So they have like a green room, and so all of the speakers and all of the VIPs wind up in this green room, and it's in the 5th floor of the building, and they all hang out together, and it's really, really fun if you're a VIP. But if you're a student, you just don't get to mingle with these people. Same thing with SIGGRAPH. SIGGRAPH is so big, it's like you go up and you give a speech, and then 20 people come to you after the speech, and they ask you a couple of questions, and then because it's in LA or because it's in Vancouver, you have other things to do, you jump outside and you go back to work. But here, you're stuck. And you're stuck in paradise, but you're stuck.
Island.
It's a trap.
That's right.
So people came here and it's a trap. They can't leave. So at the end, I remember Scott Ross, first edition. He told me, "No, I will only give you a speech. Only one talk. Okay, only one talk, and I will leave the conference after that." Okay, so cool. After 24 hours, after the first dinner, everything changed, and that this was the beginning. That to realize that Troja was something special for the THU, and it's the perfect environment. But we create the environment, we give the mood. Next Monday, we are doing the barbecue where me and Scott will be on the grill. The advisory board will be the waiter,
the servers.
The servers. So we will show to everyone that we are here to serve everyone. So there is no egos, there is no VIPs. So every detail that THU is about this, to show that everybody has the same importance. That's why we pick up everybody in the airport. We try to go there and pick up everybody in the airport.
And that's why we call the group a tribe. It's we say when you're part of our group, you're part of the tribe, because artists around the world, digital artists, have no tribe. They have no group that it's like the association of digital artists around the world. There is no such thing. Everybody else has it. Right? The vendors have it, the visual effects studios have it, the software vendors have it, they all have it, but the artists don't. So that's what we're trying to be.
It's really visible once you experience this terrible feeling when you're at home and 500 people is having fun in Troja, and it's really visible that like this event radiates with enthusiasm and exactly this type of relationship that you're talking about.
Yeah.
It really feels like every person that I talked to that went there, like they become the tribesmen, like they're a part of the community now, and the bond is so strong that they cannot talk but like positives about it. So that's really visible, and yeah. So that's what we experience from.
The hard part, and that's for me and Scott. This year we are concerned about that, because this year we have like 700 people. It's not 200 that we started with 100 to 400 and now 700.
It's gotten bigger.
Gotten bigger, and we sold out in March. 500 is the seats for the attendees. We try to manage workshops for everyone, but even people are complaining because we don't have laptops for everyone. Like, I'm always saying, do you know any conference that gets 500 laptops for everyone? Do you know any conference that do that? So that's why we are trying to even to make sure we make the difference. THU was the message was like that. Even everything we do, if you go to Troja, we give everything. We are here to share, but most important, we create the conditions so they can have the best education, and everyone can have this kind of relationship. And this is like priceless. And it's hard for us to, because Troja, that's why we created THU Television. We'll explain later. But even the THU Television, people still don't understand that THU Television is part of the process of THU. And nowadays people say, I will not get the THU Television because I'm not in the party. They feel like THU is about party. And come on, we are giving like 6 hours of Craig Mullins, 5 hours of Ian McKee. We are giving 4 hours of Daisu Tsumi. And if you see this in terms of education, valuable, and all the speakers, they made specific talks for the THU. I manage myself all the talks with all the attendees or with the speakers, so I know exactly what they will talk.
Yeah.
So
tutorials and talks that are better quality than some stuff that's getting online, for example, on Gumroad, where you don't really know the quality of the content you're getting. Here you are sure of that because first there's you like controlling the quality of the whole process, and then there's 500 people, 700 people, right, that will receive the information. So that's a huge value.
There's two parts to it that's really interesting. So at all of the other conferences, and they're all great in their own right, Annecy, FMX, SIGGRAPH, etc. But what you'll usually get is you'll get somebody who just worked on Game of Thrones or who just did the Avengers. And you'll get the visual effects supervisor and they'll stand up and they'll do a sort of behind the scenes how-to stuff, which is all really, really interesting for an artist. We not only do that here, but we also do another part of it, which is the human part of, so now you're an artist and you got to win an Academy Award. Tell me about your fears. Tell me about the problems you face as a person. Tell me about what goes inside of your head psychologically. It's not just, I used ZBrush on this and the pipeline was that, and I used, and this is how we shot our green screen elements. That's done as well, but it's more in-depth. It's also sort of a spiritual and psychological review of what it means to be an artist, which at the end of the day, the techniques are important and the software is important and the skills are important, but as artists, everyone faces that same demon inside when they go to sleep at night and say, fuck, they're going to find out who I am. They're going to figure out that I'm a failure. They're going to realize that I don't know what I'm talking about. And if you keep that all in yourself and you think you're the only one that's thinking it, you're tortured. But if you understand that there's a tribe of people like you who think that way, who succeed, man, it makes it so much better. So it's a spiritual awakening, and that's the thing that I don't think any other conference gives.
That sounds awesome. It's like expanding the natural way of festivals that shows only, like you said, the technical side of artistic way or workflows, and just show a little bit more behind the scenes, the human brain stuff that we all struggle every day. So that sounds good. That sounds awesome.
With the EFCC, when Marco started talking with me last year, I tried to tell him, like, if you are doing the FCC, do in a different way, because people don't want to see the artist, they want to know about the artist. And it's really hard to have a conversation, have a relationship, you know, because we have this conversation about even level up. You guys made level up like for how many sessions, like 80 sessions, every Sundays you had level ups, and when you stop, people start complaining that why the fuck you stop, because we are doing this for free, and we are doing because we love you guys, but you stop doing this, why? I want more, I want more. They never understand the value about
exactly
to give the community. And for me and Scott, THU is about explaining everyone that this is a sharing thing. If you want to ask things, you need to give back too. It's not about I want. So all the messages at THU, and even THU TV, I read some comments in the online, people are talking, I'm going to the party, I'm not going to the party, I will not buy THU TV, I will not join THU TV, and say, how the fuck do you think it's the party? Like, we are giving 120 hours of education and inspiration, and we are spending all our money and time doing something that nobody else did it, and you don't want to support the community, why?
Exactly.
How the hell you want to have content if you don't want to support the content? We are always saying artists are complaining that people use their art for free, but when you ask someone to pay for valuable things, they're complaining.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
They want everything for free. So at THU, what we try to do, more important, is like changing mentalities. Everything at THU is changing mentality. Example, do you remember Wojtek and EFCC? They were talking, and people were outside drinking beer.
Yeah.
A lot of times, like people were giving a speech, and 50% of the attendees, they were outside drinking beer. At THU, that is impossible. I don't allow that. You are here to support the artists. You are here to see the talks. We are here to be part of the community, not to be outside drinking beer. You have time for drinking beer because I offer beer 1 hour a day for free. So wait for that 1 hour and go to the talk to learn.
Yeah.
So this kind of mentality, that's the kind of stuff we want to, me and Scott, we are talking with other conference, so do this way, because the artist community need this kind of message. And all the artists, like you guys, Level Up, supporting us and explaining, more than supporting THU, is explaining the changing of mentality.
Yeah.
That's for us the most important thing. Even THU TV, I'm super scared about THU TV. I'm really scared about it. It's the first time that someone is doing like this. We are not doing a live stream. I don't see any value in live stream. Live stream, it's like it's a camera pointing to some places, and I don't see any value because you don't feel the passion. You don't have. So we create shows. We create really TV shows in the morning where all the guys will speak directly to the camera, and at some point you have all the coverage of the conference, workshops, recruitment sessions. We have the talks. Of course, we have the streaming, but you have like 60, 70 hours of exclusive content plus shows live where you can feel the vibe and you can feel part of the vibe and you can connect with us. Yeah. So if I'm scared, I'm super scared about this. It's the first time we are doing. I'm not sure if this will be something that at the end I need to see, okay, this was a good thing, but not, at least we are doing something different.
Let me explain why he did it, which is really cool. So every year so far, this guy has put his life and soul and his blood and as much as money into bringing this conference to artists from around the world. He's not made any money. He's lost money. So the personal risk that he takes is huge. And the only way to really be able to continue to do the kind of conference that he does and give the kinds of things that THU gives would be, and to make money, would be to add more and more attendees, right? So, you know, if we had a venue where we had 5,000 people, and I feel confident we could sell 5,000 THU tickets, then at that point we'd start to make some money, and it would be an effort worthwhile from a financial perspective, not just a spiritual perspective, right? Yeah. The problem is that once you get over a certain amount of people, you lose what it is you had, right? So then you might as well become FMX or SIGGRAPH or Annecy, which, again, great conferences, but not what we're trying to do here. So Andre made a decision that he had to cap it at a certain number, and every year he was pushed more and more. So the first year was 100, the second year was 400, and the third year now is 700. But, you know, I would keep saying to him, how about 1,000? How about 1,000? Say, no, we can't do it, because if we have 1,000, you'll not have that same kind of experience. So what he decided to do is come up with THU TV. And of course, everybody's response was, well, if you have THU TV, is it just another streaming thing? Is it just going to be pointing a camera? And in typical Andre THU fashion, he said, no, we're going to do for television and broadcasting what we did for conferences. And so it's going to be unique. It's not going to be like anything anybody has seen before. It will be, as I say, the next best thing to being here.
So you want to keep it like a special, limited kind of festival with possibilities to reach out to more people via your new platform, right? The THU TV, and also I think the meetups you do in Europe that you did, like in London or Warsaw, right? It's also like kind of gathering people and giving them this kind of spirit of THU.
The meetup started was something I didn't think about the meetups. Like the attendees, the tribe members start to convince me to go to their cities and to join them. It was super fun to go to Berlin. Was the first one. Jack Gilson and Papa Bear, they obliged me to go there. I didn't want to. To be honest, I didn't. But it's strange for me to have this reaction. To be honest, I didn't expect this reaction, and because again, I know how the artist community works. I know that I know how this works. So when I went to Berlin and I had like 350 people in Berlin just to have a beer with me, I was like, what the fuck is happening here? Like something really strange is happening in this world. And more than that, the event was terrible. The event was like terrible. It was a terrible event. The venue was terrible. Everything was terrible. And the feedback online was like, this was amazing. It's perfect. And because there was one thing that is common in THU, the people really join themselves and they really connect. So a lot of people make friendships there, new connections, and gave me the strength to continue to do this. So we made it in Poland, we made it in Croatia, we made it in Brazil, London, and I'm quite happy to have the tribe members, a lot of people, but this is just the beginning, I believe. I'm not sure like THU event is like it's something really that is the strong part. I believe that Level Up, EFCC, Industry Workshop, they need to join the kind of mentality, and everybody needs to start to connect themselves in the unity. And maybe with that, all the artists can start thinking together, and we can maybe change this in a different way. That's my thought, but it's really hard. Let's see THU TV if we can change anything with the kind of stuff we are preparing.
Exactly. Like having 360 people joining you in Berlin, that was like a number that was almost as big as the amount of people that joined you at the second feature, right?
Yeah, like we had more people that in the EFCC or the. It's like.
So that's just a proof of how much our industry needs this sort of how much we need not to have these boundaries, like you, Scott, said, of having this VIP section and God section of the event and then the publicity, but we need that real getting together thing, because we are at the end still just loving what we are doing.
More importantly, it's like what the community has not recognized is that all of those images that are put in games and on the screen, it all comes from you. That in fact, the artist force is the driving economic factor in most of the industries that we see today. We're just not recognized that way. They're not paid that way. But at the end of the day, what would Avengers be without visual effects? What would video games be without the work that digital artists do? It would be nothing. So you have this giant force of people that are really critical to making tons of money and bringing lots of entertainment and joy to people, but everyone's disenfranchised. No one has the ability to talk to one another except to bitch and moan, right? And so you're absolutely right. That's exactly what's needed. That's exactly what's needed.
And even for THU is a non-profit event. Like the money we collect goes to the more experience we give. And we try to, me and Scott, we talk about this, and we don't make money with this. We don't pay salaries ourselves. We do this for fun, like you did in Level Up. The question is like, we lost 111,000 euros in the first edition. We lost 90,000 euros in the second edition. And this year, we still don't know if we will lost money. Because people think that we are rich, but the amount doing Trojan Horse is like €500,000 for the experience. So even when attendees or artists come to me, and I received several different emails today and yesterday about the tickets are too expensive. But why should I pay 150 or 500? But this is crazy. We are artists, we are students. And I say, what the hell are you saying? This is education. And you need to go, if you want to go to have a job in all this kind of conference, you need to know people, you need to have this. So even the problem is about education in schools, because schools need to start saying to the new kids, to the new artists, you need to go to the conference, you need to go to FMX, because at the end, FMX is a really good thing for an artist, because you learn a lot. You need to go to FCC. You have been in FCC, Wojtek. The FCC was super good.
Yeah.
And you learn a lot in the FCC. I'm quite sure a lot of people are being inspiring in an industry workshop this weekend.
Definitely, yeah.
So for me, it's most important, like, why 80 or 90% of the artists, being Portuguese or Turkish or Spanish or French, are always complaining about everything, that everything is expensive, and they don't see that this is the value, this is the road to go, this is the path you need to go. You need to learn.
That's the fastest way to either progress with the amount of knowledge you can get from this type of an event, like real technical knowledge. Then there is a part of learning.
There's a huge political value as well, making connections with people.
Yeah, and learning about how is it to be an artist day by day, like observing people that you're looking up to, or talking with them, hanging out with them. That's just.
Yeah, it's like you pay once, right? You just pay once for a ticket. You can get all the content, like from the legendary artists, and talk to them. It's like even more important, I think, just connecting with them. And you don't pay like for one lesson, like $1,000 for a lesson. You just pay once the number of euros or whatever for the ticket, and you can just get whatever you want there. So.
And this is the mentality that we are trying to reach or to change. Like, if you are an artist, I receive like Portugal. We are in Portugal. People are always complaining that the tickets are too expensive for Portuguese because the economy sucks, everything. I'm trying to tell them because I have zero schools in Portugal contact me. I only have like 13% of Portuguese in the Trojan Horse. In terms of virtual tickets, I only have like 12 guys that bought tickets for THU television, and we sold already for 54 countries. Yeah. So Portuguese are a small vision about this. Like, why the hell are you complaining? You want to have a job. Yes, you want to have a job. You want to work in industry. Yes, I want to work in industry. So what you need to do? Nothing, because there is no industry in Portugal. It's too expensive everywhere. And say, why is it too expensive? Because if you go to THU, you met guys from Turkey, from Egypt, Iran, and they have worse problems than us, and they can get jobs. Why you can't get jobs? Because you need to change your mentality. And that's why EFCC was super cool to see people from Serbia, from that part of Europe, know that kind of experience and realize, fuck, Serbia and Croatia, they are small countries compared with Portugal, and they are doing amazing stuff because the mentality is a little bit different. And for me, that was like impressive. And in terms of THU, because I'm Portuguese and I did this in my country, nowadays THU is international. We don't have Portuguese in the THU. Only happens at THU in Portugal. But for me, it was super sad to see that even the event couldn't change the mentalities of this country. And if I couldn't change the mentalities of this country, I'm always thinking, I'm changing the mentalities of other countries. We are doing the correct thing. What you need to do? So we are always trying to involve the artists to say, THU is different, or if you want to make a global brand, can be a global brand, but we need to join forces together and explain everyone the next step to create a community. That's why it's super cool again to have you guys, and even Mark was super cool to he had courage to invite me to EFCC. He has courage to admit that to THU, and that gave me strength. And okay, if you did this, you are amazing. I will give all the information about THU and do it to THU in Croatia. And he almost did. It was super cool to see that he almost did the THU in Croatia. But the problem is, like, first year is super hard. People don't believe in you. People don't pay tickets. You don't have sponsors. Only this year, me and Scott, and because of Scott, we got sponsors. Mm-hmm. I got in the first year sponsors, like in money, was 2,000 euros in money. Second year, in terms of sponsor, in terms of money, was 4,000 euros.
And the event was multiplied. Right?
And people don't understand. They see the logo of that brand and say, hey, they are receiving a lot of money. At the end, you receive like 1,500 euros. And people don't understand this kind of situation because the brand, this is another issue. Because of all the events are too corporate, the brands paid, but they don't receive back. So it's just a logo in the conference. So the brands are afraid to invest in this kind of conference because they don't see any value. So everybody like Marco started the conference and say, I don't know why the brands don't help us. I say, I know why they don't help us, because they don't see any value. Because at the end, they need to sell. And if we don't make the marketing strategy so they can sell, we are all fucked up. That's why when we created THU Television, I say, okay, let's make a win-win situation. The brands need to sell. Our attendees, our artists, they need better products with better prices. So let's join forces and make a package that we call goodies. And people will have like the discount of a Wacom, a Cintiq. Like only the discount of a Cintiq is the price of 2 THU TV. So even with this, but it's funny because we did this and only like 10 guys just send me email, 12 guys send me email asking for goodies. It's like, what the hell? You are receiving like E-Ray, Wacom, computers, Imagine effects, even books, discounts. It's really that you can't find anywhere else, and you are not, you don't want this. So, but you need the Wacom, correct? You need everybody, all the artists need the Wacom. I think it's something that we all need, and they don't use this. So the brand, obviously, they don't connect with these kind of events. So it's super hard, and even this is one of the points that we are trying to change and educate the brands how to invest in events. And it's like crazy. Me and Scott, we spend a lot of hours talking about how the hell we convince Adobe to join us. How the hell, and what was making that.
So, sounds like a nightmare.
It's a nightmare. They don't even care about what. Even Autodesk told us we never invest in an event that happens in a country without industry. That's it.
And what we try to say is that we just happen to be in Portugal. It's not that we're a Portuguese festival or a conference. Very limited number of people that come to the conference are actually Portuguese. We just happen to be in Portugal, and the reason we're in Portugal is because it's so goddamn beautiful, and it's the perfect place to have this conference. So, and oh, by the way, you know, it's a place where you know, SIGGRAPH and FMX is not. So that's another reason to do it. But yeah, it's been very, very difficult to be able to convince sponsors to be able to be part of this. And the other thing too is that, you know, Andre's taken the position of it's not every sponsor. You know, there are people that we turn away because we're not interested in them. They have to fit a certain, you know, he cultivates the sponsors and the speakers and the, you know, the whole thing is set up like an experience as opposed to just a conference.
And the funny thing, like, you don't see logos at THU. So how to explain a company to give certain amount of money and they don't have a booth or they don't have a logo? How to explain to them that they will not see their logo anywhere? So it's like, now this year I can't complain. We can't complain. We have like 2 or 3 brands that are supporting us a lot, like Lenovo and Chaos Group. Chaos Group is a brand that they really support the artists.
Could you do me a favor and shush? Thank you.
Yeah, we are in the lobby of the hotel because the internet in the rooms are a little bit funky. So we move to the lobby of the hotel where the internet is good.
This is very level up, noise and you know, things going on in the background. Don't worry about it.
Very casual.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out a way that we could maybe do it a little bit better here. Hold on. Welcome to the modern world.
Exactly.
And one funny part, like all the artists that have money problems, all the artists that contact me with money problems, we help. We had people that pay the ticket in 5-6 times. So that's if you really want to connect, you talk with us. But normally the artists just complain, and this message and this level up was important because the level up community is super important for us, and that to say this loudly. Like, if you really want to be part of THU and you really want to be part of what we are doing, just talk with us. Don't be afraid. We know that everybody has money problems and the issues with the gender, everything, but we try to manage that. That's why we are giving the THU TV forever. Like, I'm scared about this too, because we are giving THU all the content forever, and this costs money, obviously, because we need to have the servers to add all the content. And we are giving this forever because we know that the artists need time to. They don't have the agenda. They don't have. So, but let's see if.
Let's try to plug this in. Put those in your ear for a second. Let's see if this works.
It works better.
Yeah, it works.
The background noise is just better.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
So, hearing all of that from you, Andre, about the mindset behind THU and the way you construct this event, it really reminds me of what we are all been talking about. First non-profit, first for the people, and it's been such a struggle to maintain the quality. So I cannot really imagine, like, we've been struggling to do sessions live that are still casual, so there's not that much direct incoming, there's not that much human interaction outside of our computer zone, and it's hard. So imagine you having to construct an event involving hundreds of people with just you, help of Scott, and probably others. It's just mind-blowing, like us. But I'm really happy to hear that it's coming from the same kind of I think really strong need of making the better. So
eventually it pays back always. I've noticed that with Level Up, at least, that the effort that you put into it and the kind of selflessness you show even pays off in just a while. But
Yeah, I feel blessed with all the feedback I'm receiving, and all the guys. I feel really blessed, and me and Scotty and all other guys from the team, even the THU attended, the pioneers. They received feedback because they were the pioneers, the first guys that believe in THU, and obviously it's super cool for us to see and to be part of something different. But like me and Scott, this kills everybody, because now you need to go to the next level, and the next level is like, okay, now we change the mentalities. But this first 50 was they were easy because they have the mindset, the correct mindset, so it was easy. They was just waiting for us. Now it's let's go for the next step, and how can we start helping? And if we are growing, and we don't want to grow, that's the question. I'm scared with this THU. I'm scared with THU TV. I'm scared with the reaction of people complaining because something's went wrong, and we are always saying there is no problem. Just send a message. We try to fix it, and if there is a problem, we will fix it for sure, or we'll try at least. And but that is like you guys. At some point, you were super tired because it's not easy to manage artists, as you guys know.
Yeah, it's like to maintain the number of the session, like keep it regularly, as far as we are all like in different places in the world usually. So it can be a little bit hard just to manage to get the right timing with the guests and with us. And what is really important for us, I think, for Level Up team, is just to do the sessions when we all are there, right? It's not like me or Wojtek or Jonas doing only the session. It's like we want to connect each other. We want to just hang out, because usually we don't have also that much time to just hang out all the time and just talk and stuff, because we are all just working and having like in different time zones. So it's kind of hard, but in the end of the day, it just pays off in a way that people like it, and people give us the right the feelings, and the feedback is good. So
people love you. But people love you guys, and we know that a lot of people complain because everybody needs to complain. But 99% of the people loves you guys, and that was impressive. How fast you guys grow and how fast you get. I think you are the biggest community. We can say community because every day people start sharing share things in Level Up. What is always like new stuff, rolling. So for me, it was like impressive that you guys could manage this so quick. And I said in EFCC that you guys are rock stars in the internet.
You know, I think it brings up an interesting
Jonas
point.
is the rock star. He's the rock star. You have a lot of followers. Everybody loves Jonas. Like Jonas is 200,000 guys.
Scumbag. How did this happen?
Yes, he is a scumbag.
I don't know.
It's a good point because actually we haven't really been able to use the quality that we would like to. You know, our that we're doing is not super professional, but the spirit that we've been talking about the last 20 minutes is there, and I think people can see that, and I think that's the reason that people love it.
Yeah,
because it's
authentic.
It's authentic.
It's authentic.
Yeah, we didn't play, right? We didn't play anyone, and just state who we are, and just with all those noises and drinking guys and whatever. So
THU, we never paid for a speaker in terms of budget. All the speakers that came to THU, they do it for free, and because they love the spirit. And all the speakers so far, they really follow the vibe and follow the rules, and they follow the passion, and that's why THU is a huge success, because the speakers and the attendees, after they arrived to Troja, they became part of a unique thing.
I'm a big music fan, and one of my heroes is Bruce Springsteen. And I took my wife, my new wife, about 2 years ago to see Bruce Springsteen. She wasn't really interested in it, and we brought her down to the area in front of the stage because I know one of the guys in the band. And Bruce gets on stage and he opens it up with, "Are you ready to be transformed?" And Michelle looked at me and said, "Give me a break." Well, by the end of the concert, this woman was transformed, jumping up and down, screaming and yelling, and that's what THU does. You walk in, if you don't know, you walk in with, okay, what's this all about? And by the end, you're ready to get the tattoo on your arm and wear the head mask, and you're part of the frickin' tribe because you're transformed. You're literally transformed as a person and as an artist.
We had 400 guys in the last edition, the end finale. 400 guys on the beach, naked or lingerie, just drinking like crazy people. That's happened randomly, like we didn't expect. Because of the weather, we canceled all the activities outside. But they just, fuck it, they bought bottles of wine and they went to the beach. And I arrived to the beach, and my future wife, because I'm getting married in 1 hour, was in lingerie. Well, she was in lingerie, like with the other guys. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, oh, the water was so good, but the weather is like it's raining. What the fuck are you saying that the water is so good? And that's why that night was super special to see that people don't care about the weather and they just hang out, and there is no egos, and that's super cool.
It's Burning Man meets Ted.
Yeah, Burning Man meets Ted. So let's see. So because we only have like 5% of battery, and I have to go because.
And he has to get married today. You want to see how wild it is? This is a man who's getting married today in literally an hour, and he is going to the airport and picking up people and talking to you guys. What do you have you shaved yet? What's the deal?
Yeah, I shaved. Yeah, that's fine.
You smell good.
I just need 5 minutes for my suit. But yeah, that's even the casual thing and the authentic thing. That's the part that we love, and we want to continue with THU. And thank you guys to receive us and to be part of THU. I'm super glad. We will have a special session for you guys. We will announce today. I believe people at home will love it. And it's super cool to have Level Up live from THU. And it's something
it's gonna be awesome, and we are also really glad and grateful for that opportunity, because when we didn't speak actually to you and to all those to you and to Scott and to guys behind the THU, it's like all just shows us the logo that THU is like a big brand, but we didn't really know each other, and now we can talk, we can just actually see our faces and talk about the stuff that's you are cool guys, and we can just do amazing stuff together. So that's awesome.
It's really funny because I think Trojan Horse is what we would love Level Up to be if it would be a workshop.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
Transfers the exact same spirit into the real world, and I'm happy it works because it works online and it works in real life. So.
Yeah, the interesting thing is that digital artists from around the world have more in common with each other than they do with the people who live next door to them. There's really the shared common experience of a digital artist that works in media today is so strong that it's almost like it's a nation. There's a nation of people called digital artists, and we share all of the same dreams, desires, scary stuff, freakouts, partying. All of that stuff is like, it's a connection that you all have that crosses borders, that knows no boundaries. And that's what this is all about. That's what you're about. That's what we're about. It's creating that new nation state of artists. You know, it's a great thing.
That's awesome, yeah.
And we hope to survive.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. We need to go.
Yeah, definitely.
Again, thank you so much for this almost 1 hour. Now,
Yeah.
Katya is freaking out now.
Yeah.
Katya is my wife. She's freaking out now. I need to go. Once again, thank you, and we will see you on Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah.
It's 17th, right? It's
17th.
Thursday?
Yeah,
it's
Thursday.
Thursday evening, yeah.
We'll join again on Thursday, and again,
Awesome.
thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you very much for joining us. Bye-bye. Take care, guys.
Good luck. Good luck.